Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty and Miss Morningstar. We are from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we want to welcome you in. Come on in, have a seat. Have a seat. It is a new day. It is almost the weekend. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, almost the weekend because this has been a week. But it's all good. No complaints. I refuse to complain. Anyhow, I hope you guys had a good night's rest and you are ready to tackle today. You are ready to drink your 16 ounces of water, take your morning medications if you need to, and just get out there and enjoy life. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Our lives are so fleeting and uh, so great. Let's just put it like that. Our lives are short. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. In the words of Miss Sophia from Coach Nikki, not a long time, but a good time. So let's make the best of the time that you're here. Enjoy it. And yeah, come on in. Have a seat, grab you a cup of coffee, something good to drink, and let's get into the show. Today we will be talking to Reggie and DC, value identity and leaders who mentor. And this morning's topic is the interior versus the exterior you. I love when we talk about us, yourselves, because there's nothing like working on yourself. And that's one of the greatest things about having Reggie and DC come on. They make you really internalize how you're moving throughout these streets, how you're living your life, and really recognizing that you are it, baby. You are it. There's only one of you. And as our brother says, you are valued and valuable. I love it. I love it. I love it. But before we can start the show, just like we start every single show, we start with a prayer of positive affirmations. Yes, a prayer of positive affirmations. And we get those positive affirmations from my girl, my little sis, Mrs. Morningstar, the affirmation queen. Mrs. Morningstar, what do you have for us this morning, this great morning?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. Is it Friday Eve? Yeah, it is. It's Friday Eve. Yeah, we almost there, y'all. Almost to the weekend. So as we lead on down the road, almost there, easing on down the road, we're going to go into these affirmations, how to use positive affirmations today. Since we have our leaders and our value identity guru fellows on to lead us and talk about yourself and valuing yourself, we want to talk about how powerful and important it is to affirm affirmations into your life, speak existence into your life, speak greatness into your life. So found a few guys that will work for you, and we're going to let you hear it, okay? So, number one, I deserve the same kindness I give to others, and I extend that kindness to myself. The boundaries I set this week will protect me and my relationships. I prioritize my rest, peace of mind, and healing every day this week. I leave what no longer serves me in the past. I promise myself love, patience, and kindness this week. I grow and improve every day. I set achievable goals for the work and growth I desire today. I deserve success as I define it. My mental health is a priority. I'm proud of how far I've come. My worth, my worth isn't based on my productivity. I attain success and abundance in my work. I radiate positive energy in all my interactions. My mind is clear. I am focused and my focus is unwavering. And last one, guys, I am in control of my reactions to stressful situations.
Actually, you are. Only you can control that. Those were some great
Talk
affirmations
about
this
that.
morning, Miss Morningstar.
Thank you, guys.
Um, it's affirming that, if you want it, it's all on you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
irregardless to what's going on, you got this. You got this. And a lot of people need to hear that, especially now. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on what's happening.
Nope.
Uh, Keep fighting.
That's
If
right.
our ancestors, think about it like this, if our ancestors had to endure all that they endured over the years, over the centuries, okay, and they made it because we're here. They made it. It may
They
not have been
did.
easy, but they made it, and they continue to grow the family. And so we're here today. So there's nothing that we can't do.
Not
So
a thing.
you speak it into the universe, you put action behind it, and you do what you got to do. All right, so thank you, Miss Morningstar. As usual, that's exactly what we needed to hear. I want to give a special shout out to our guests that have joined us on TikTok as well as YouTube.
Hey, y'all.
Of course, our family listening out there in Memphis, Tennessee, and in Holly Springs, Mississippi. So let's get into the weather today. Holly Springs, you have a high of 77, a low of 54. Feels like temperature 75 degrees during the day, 54 in the evening, and at night you have a 3% chance of rain. Winds are out of the northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate during the day and high in the evening. Mosquito risk is high. Grass and ragweed pollen are both moderate. Tree pollen is low. Air quality is good. It's going to be a mainly sunny day, a perfect day to go outside and touch grass. Plus, it's in the 70s. I'm jealous. It's a perfect day. Memphis, Tennessee, high today of 76, a low of 54. Feels like temperature 75 during the day, 56 in the evening and at night with a 4% chance of rain. Winds are out of the northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Humidity during the day is, moderate, and at night it is high. Mosquito risk is high as well. Grassweed, grass and ragweed pollen are both moderate. Tree pollen is low. Air quality is good. Another sunny day. Y'all know what to do. Go outside, take your shoes off, take off your socks, walk around about maybe 10, 15 minutes and touch grass, and really inhale and exhale. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Relax. We're going to be okay. High to Houston, you do not disappoint. High today of 91, low of 69. Feels like temperatures 93 during the day, 80 at night. With the 4% chance of rain. Feels like winds out of the northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate all day long. Mosquito risk is moderate as well. Grass and tree pollen are both low. Ragweed pollen is high. Air quality is moderate. Another sunny day, another hot day, but another day nonetheless to be above ground versus below. So go
I,
outside and
that's
touch
what they call it.
grass. Yes, that's what they
I
call
Houston.
it. Hot Houston, baby. And you can look at it several ways: heat, temperature, and yeah, we've got it popping down here. It's always something. It is always something to do.
Literally.
Literally, all every week and every
You will
day.
not get bored here. If you had some money to spend, you gonna find something to do.
You're gonna find, and you know what? Some things you don't even have to spend money on. They've
Yeah.
got so many
They got a lot of
parks,
parks and
yeah,
places
and
to go.
parks, yes. There's a lot that you can do, but yes, you will have to have a little bankroll if you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to go do it big. You're gonna
Get
have
out these streets.
yeah. And nowadays, everybody's trying to hold on to every dime because hey, we got food and groceries and gas and
Yeah, it ain't too safe these days either. So
you're right about that. It's a lot going on.
Hold on.
Yeah, a whole lot. So that is your weather for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the day. Don't let anything get you down. If it starts to get you down, just flip the script, move around, go do something else, and change that atmosphere. Put your boundaries up, change it, change the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Miss Morningstar, we can get into some news you can use, some
News we can use.
news you can use. Well,
let's see. You want to go? Or...
I mean, you can go. I went first yesterday. You can go ahead and go and set the tone. Go right ahead.
Well, the government shutdown updates the IRS to furlough nearly half of its staff. IRS, you guys, IRS to furlough nearly half of their staff. Most of the IRS operations are closed. I mean, are we supposed to keep paying them? I mean,
that's my question. I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
closed.
Half of the workplace is going to be furloughed. Half.
Miss Morningstar, if things are closed, and didn't he say yesterday that he was thinking about not back paying?
Yeah,
the
furlough
people.
people.
The people
exactly.
that are furloughed. So why we got to pay? If you're not paying, why do we need to pay?
Yeah, that's what I say.
I've been an avid, hey, why are we paying tax? Because it seems like my tax dollars, they aren't going to where I want them to go to. They're going into some millionaire or billionaire's pocket. I don't want to pay Elon Musk for his companies. Why are we giving him government jobs and grants and all that? I don't want to pay him. That's the welfare queen. That's the queen. Can't nobody beat Elon Musk. If you call me a welfare queen, I'm going to tell you my name is Elon Musk, because he's getting more government subsidies than anyone else. That's why he's the richest man in the world, America.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't want to pay taxes. If that's going to be the case, why are we paying taxes?
Let me read this. According to their contingency plan, this is the IRS. That was released on Wednesday. Out of 74,209 employees, 39,870 will retain and exempt, while 34,429 would be furloughed.
How many?
34,429 people are going to be furloughed.
Why are we paying taxes? Are they when they do come back, are they going to get, because I got questions. If you're not going to pay them back their back pay, why are we paying taxes? I don't want my tax money going to Elon Musk. I don't want any of my tax dollars going to the richest people in the country who are stripping the rest of Americans and the rest of the people in this country of everything, basic needs, healthcare.
I'm trying to figure this out. Like that, you plan on not paying back that many people? I mean, this is just,
where's the money gonna go? Because it's already been budgeted. So where's the money gonna go?
And you know how they did it? They send an email. It says employees at the IRS received an agency-wide email. See, them emails, I'm telling y'all, they've been slick with them emails. Them emails been slick. And they send them to you after you get off work. So when you come in the first thing in the morning, you popping open your emails and it's like, bam, right in your face. And they were confused. They said it sparked confusion to amongst the staff.
Am I supposed
they
to
probably
be
didn't
there?
see this coming.
I'm quite sure they did not. Because why would you furlough 34,000 IRS agents?
And then it was informing them, the ones who were exempt and the ones who were accepted. So,
Can we get a list of the demographics of those people? I just got a question.
I got questions.
I would like to see.
I want to see them.
I would like to see the demographics. How did you decide? Was this department? What was the algorithm that you pulled to decide who was getting furloughed and who was keeping their jobs? That's what I want to know. How are we making these decisions?
I mean, this is cold-blooded. As look, I'm using my daddy word. This cold-blooded. This cold-blooded. I mean, the human resources had on the memo, you are being furloughed beginning October 8th. Baby, the way I would have
same day, man, the way I would have grabbed my purse up out of there, I'm knocking all of this over. I'm knocking on my way out. I'm just taking my hand. I'm knocking
everything. The crash out would have been real, y'all. That would have been a crash out. I mean, how many of us would have crashed out?
Over.
Because I'm serious.
I would have been taking stuff because I got to pay my light bill. Oh, you coming with me?
Did you just email me the same day and tell me on today?
I done got dressed and I done came all the way here for you to tell me I'm furloughed. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. I'm gonna take the toilet paper out the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm petty. You see, there we go. I'm taking all the paper.
All the toilet paper. I'm going on every floor and I'm taking the toilet paper out. I'm going to every kitchen and I'm
pumping the soap.
Boxes.
I'm pumping the soap.
Yes. Down the drain.
Y'all gonna have some dirty hands in here.
No, I'm taking everything. I hate it for these people because no one woke up and said
that's wild to me. This is in the news, y'all. This is what I read.
Love B says she thinks it's by seniority. Oh my goodness. Again, Love B, I'm telling you now, I would take this arm and I would just walk and knock everything over. Hand open, just knocking everything over. Oh yeah? And this laptop and the light, I'm taking light bulbs. I'm getting everything I can. Because I got to pay my bills. If I got to pop my trunk and sell it out the back, I got bills to pay. You want to lay me off? I'm taking everything. Y'all don't listen to DJ.
That's right.
Playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I wouldn't take anything.
But I think about it.
But I've already said it. I thought about it, but I would knock some things over. I am going to knock something over. Something's going to go onto the ground. It is what it is. You ain't just going to furlough me, and I don't know if I'm going to get...
Ain't that some dirty stuff?
That is dirty, but this laptop, I probably could get a couple dollars for it so I can put it towards my mortgage. Baby, please, no. Oh, I'm so sick of them. Sick of them. I'm going to pray for you. Anybody that's affected by this, truly, we are joking about it, but, we laugh to keep from crying at this point. Yeah. And I hate this for you. I really do, Look, I'm going to say it as nicely and as gently as I can. Get out and vote. BlueVotersGuide.org. Check your voters registration. Now, if anyone tells me that it's the Democrats that are doing this, I'm just going to have to look at them and say, oh, so you're not smarter than a fifth grader, right?
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
That would be the end of the conversation. I can't talk to you because you're not smarter than a fifth grader. Because if you can't see, I don't need to talk to you.
That's a good segue into the next story because tempers flared between Democrat senators and Speaker of the House. Yesterday.
Needs to be playing in the back.
It was Senator Mark Kelly. He was on the front line, and Ruben Gallego. They was having a conversation with Mike Johnson. They was keeping it real. Like, so why you ain't swearing her in? Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
This is my version, y'all. Yeah, I mean, what's really good? What we doing? Why you playing games?
Come outside. I just want to talk.
I mean, they had their arms folded. They was like,
what's up?
They was
What's
the shoulders was shrugging. They was like, "Yo,
why you won't swear in?
I mean, so what we really doing here? Like, why you won't call us in the session? Why everybody out on vacation again? I mean, why they take a break, but they get their paychecks?" Mike Johnson lying. Well, the Democrats won't open the government. They won't pay the bills.
You know what? They got the right people in office, because I'm telling you now, this is why I will never run for it. I will never get into politics outside of what we do here, ever. Because stop playing in my face.
And that's what they're doing.
Stop playing.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Thinking
playing
that I'm weak and I can't see what you're doing. Stop playing with me, because I would have jumped. I would have scared.
Yeah, it would have been one of them moves.
It would have been come outside.
And Mike Johnson.
Say the Democrats is doing it one more again. Come outside.
Mike Johnson, he has no reason in this world. I mean, no reason. We know what he's doing. Give me a second. You know what he's doing. He's hiding the what? They kept saying
the e-files.
There it is. And it's nothing about that. It's not about that. I wanted to make sure that he had so many lies and excuses, y'all. This is why we say get out and vote, because this administration of Decepticons,
vote my out.
Anything and everything to hold the monster with the swollen ankles and dead hands. Keep him in power. They doing anything. They don't care if it affects their family, friends, or foe. They don't care.
They don't care so much that they want to. The man with the black hands and the big cankles and the wet diaper. He's decided that he wants to arrest the Illinois leaders. He wants to arrest the mayor of Illinois. Oh, he needs to be in jail. You know who needs to be in jail? Let me tell you who needs to be in jail. Somebody who has 34 felonies needs to be in jail for the rest of their lives, however short or long that may be. That's who needs to be in jail, not a mayor who's trying to protect his citizens because they've got a madman in the trap house trying to.
Now it makes sense why.
Yes.
I heard him call Donald Trump Taco. Trump always chickens out. Taco. I heard him call him that on the news. I caught it and I'm like, what is he talking about? So now it makes sense. Now you telling that story. See, so he threatening them, but he just doing that, talking.
It's a bunch of lip service.
He do a lot of talk. Okay.
Yeah.
The lip game.
But that just goes to show you, him and the rest of them are all. They should be terrified at this point. They should be scared. They should be scared. They should be very afraid. Yeah, not of somebody doing anything to them, but they should be afraid because trouble don't last long, and they will eventually. Sir, we need to talk to you. That's why they're having hearings. They're having those hearings for a reason, so they have the evidence to charge folks.
And all of them cut up at these hearings. They all cut up. Like not one person just try to fake the funk and be decent. Just fake it till you make it. They cannot fake it till they make it. They're such angry people. Yes.
Yes. Bondi was
angry.
Ridiculous.
She was
Girl, is you okay? Is you cool?
Ain't that what you wanted?
Is you cool? Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. I only have one more. We can revisit this, but let's do this commercial break really quick. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. No, she ain't cool. She ain't cool at all.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
do one more thing for me. Hold up two fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that are struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So, not only has he threatened to arrest the Chicago mayor, he's also threatened to arrest the governor of Illinois. I mean, the courts are doing their due diligence. They are blocking the crazy. They are blocking them. Even the judge that got her house all of a sudden blown up. Y'all stop it. Y'all, you're playing into his hands, and it's not to benefit you. I'm speaking directly to those who are still on this MAGA, and he's gonna save you. He don't care about you. He does not care. If he cared about you, he wouldn't be trying to make your Mima get out the hospital and take away her health care. He wouldn't be taking away food from kids and WIC programs and housing. He wouldn't do any of that if he cared about you.
That's
So
true.
cut it out. Stop doing their bidding. Step out of the cult.
It's time.
It is time. I hear some MAGA talking about, they want to unite and, let's start this purple movement. If you voted for the man with the rotten hands, I'm going to be really clear. And I can't tell anybody else what to do. But DJ Kitty ain't finna fool with you. I can't trust you. You didn't make sound decisions with your own life, so you definitely won't care about mine. No, thank you. No is a complete sentence. All right. The next one I wanted to talk about, speaking of people who need to cut it out, they officially arrested a man in Florida on suspicion of starting the devastating Palisades fire. Now, let me ask y'all a question. He's in Florida. The fires were in California, right? Am I correct, DC? Reggie? Yeah. So you live in Florida, and you came to Cali to start a fire under whose direction? I got questions, because why would you do that?
How did they? So this person is responsible, they're saying, who started the whole fire?
He started the fire.
That fire that burned for so many days, so many people lost.
Raging inferno that decimated the LA area, claiming the lives of dozens of people and burning down thousands of homes and businesses. He was arrested yesterday. Jonathan Render Knock. That is a German name, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look it up, but I believe that is a German name. Anywho, it doesn't really matter. That is a demon's name. Jonathan, 29, is facing federal charges of destruction of property by means of fire in connection with the Palisades fire.
How old?
29. So you just threw away your entire life. Arson comes with a minimum 5, maximum 20-year sentence, but you have to think about all the destruction
and all the other charges he's gonna catch. I mean, how about the unalivement of people?
Yeah, those are murder.
Yeah,
charges. Yeah,
separate.
Yeah, he was using Chat GPT, which is, I don't understand why people are this.
Chat GPT
to generate a dystopian painting showing a part of a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it. That's what they found on his computer. This was him getting excited about this.
Obsessed. Wow. These young people.
They're crazy. Not all.
Well,
not all.
Did you hear what Auntie called them? Crazy. Suckers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Auntie Kamala said.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm with Auntie Kamala because I'm
with her. I'm with her on that. And she didn't say it cute. She said it just like she meant it from her gut.
I mean, hey.
I loved it.
No more. I feel like we're at a point in our lives where the gloves are off, as Zeus says. The gloves are off.
It's off.
It's no longer, we're trying to be docile and no, y'all some crazy. Yeah. Y'all are crazy.
Mouth. You heard what she said though.
I mean, every word.
Loud and
clear. It, meant it, and we'll spell it for you if you need me to. Although I know you can't read. Anywho, yeah, hundreds and thousands of dollars. People lost their lives, their livelihoods. Just sick. And then it has the generated images, and it shows where LA, and it's a picture of LA. Oh Lord, he lived out this. It's sick and disgusting. This is what we live with. But you know what? That person has some serious demons that they need to deal with, and we're gonna let them deal with them. Go on.
Plenty of time to deal with.
Yeah, sit down somewhere. Let's go ahead and bring the fellas up, our brothers. Today we are talking about the interior versus exterior you. Hello, Reggie. Hello, DC. How are you?
Hello, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday.
Yes.
Can't hear you, Reggie.
We can't hear you, Reggie. You got to come off mute.
Hi, DJ Kitty.
Hey.
And Miss Morningstar, Brother Daryl. How's everybody doing? WKRE listening audience.
Doing good today. How about you?
Good for a Friday Eve, and all things considered, thank goodness and mercy, because we are definitely staring in the face of some true ugliness right now.
Demons.
You better say that. That's a fact.
There's no other way to say it. They're demons, and we're, stay out the way. Let them pass. I don't even honk. Y'all act stupid. I'm going to slow down. You driving crazy, I'm going to slow down. Go on. Take that on over there. You deal with your demons.
But it's not your way.
For real. It's good to see both of you. And I love the subject that we're going to get into today. Value identity and leaders who mentor are blessing us with the interior versus the exterior you. What does that mean, Reggie? Let's get into it. that mean?
Well, again, I think there's a correlation between how we view and experience ourselves and how we show up in the world and how we are experienced by others. And, you guys just, finished talking about this story of this. And of course, there are people who have specific medical, psychological issues that, I don't know if they're lacking chemicals in their brain, if they were, there are a myriad of things that could be going on. If they were abused as a child, who knows, bullied, who knows? But there is a direct correlation with how we feel about ourselves and how we end up projecting ourselves out into the world and treating other people. And what I see, even with this administration, what I see is that it's a pain correlation. People who are, again, we've all touched on this a number of times, hurt people hurt people. And so when you are experiencing a deficit, when you are experiencing lack and loss in your relationship with yourself, loss equals pain. Just think about loss of a job, loss of a loved one, loss of a dream, loss of a home, loss of a friend. In those losses, there is pain. And so if there is a loss, if you're experiencing a loss in the way that you experience your relationship with you, there is a degree of pain that is present. And then when you show up in society, when you show up in social spaces, that is what you bring with you to share with others. And again, that can play out in a myriad of ways. And I feel that is so such an important point to mention, is because that is really, I think, the core driving force behind all of the disparity that we see in society. We see people who are in pain that are pouring their pain out onto other people, including themselves. And so
You are absolutely correct about that, Reggie. And we see it, unfortunately, daily. We're seeing it daily. And so I think that is why it's really important for counselors and people who can talk to these people. These people need help. Let's just call a thing a thing. We can talk about it all day long, but until they go and do the work, they've got to unpack what's really put them in a position where they want to go out and strike other individuals. They want to crash out, as the kids say nowadays. They are crashing out. So I don't know. Is it, if you have a family member that you're seeing displaying signs that they are, on the edge, and you see that they are spiraling, because, if you live with someone and you know how they are, you know, how they typically move. But if you're seeing that a person is moving differently in a way that's hurting not only them, but those around them, getting someone to come and sit down and speak with them would be a really good idea. Getting them signed up to go and speak with someone, because it's all a conversation. People need to know that they're valued. I got that from you. And validate their feelings. A lot of people are striking out because they feel like, okay, no one understands me, and this has happened to me. We can call it victimhood. We can call it, people just going off their rocker. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a fact. They're going through this emotion and they need someone to speak with, even a 5150 if the situation calls for it. The worst thing that you can do is sit back and do nothing, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on that, DC?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Reggie 100%. I think the value identity is planted at birth. That mustard seed of value is implanted in a child at birth. That child needs to be insulated and protected, and see that they have value from a very, very early age. Um, in this current society, what's going on is in the conservative sphere for decades, their mantra has always been, if we extract Black history, then Black children won't grow up with a victim mentality. And in the same token, they want the white kids to not experience white guilt. But that's a denial of history, right?
Yeah.
What happened is reality. It's just like anything in your life. If you try to avoid it, the ghost of that problem will always haunt you. And that's been the problem in America. For whatever reason, um, a certain segment of society doesn't want to acknowledge the truth. They would rather live in a lie and paint the history as his story. I think kids should see, you know, their first mentors, their first idols should be their parents. I think if you have a good family structure, ideally for our young females, the model of what they pick in a partner should be their father because they see that image of someone making a sacrifice, getting up, going to work, putting food on the table. Why would you ever want to go away from that model um, of what a leader, what a man is supposed to look like? And you get the ills of society, the rebellion factor that kicks in, and you feel that maybe my parents are too much of a disciplinarian, they're too strict, so I want to test the other side. And the crazy part about walking on that side is sometimes you can get trapped on that side and you can't come back. So I think that it's vital that our kids see positive imagery, that they learn their history. Um, I don't feel that history induces any level of victimhood. I think it makes them understand. It makes them appreciate the freedoms that they're experiencing, that someone had to lay down some blood, sweat, and tears for us to get to this point. And, the irony of it all is that most of us never thought we'd be facing this kind of thing again, right? We thought progression would keep on. Our kids, we want what's the next level, what's better for, what I had. I want my kids to have better. The next generation should prosper more. But it may be time for us, this generation, to sacrifice like our forefathers did, our grandparents, our great grandparents. So I think it all starts with value. You have to know where you came from to know where you're going.
Good point. Good point, DC. That was a good point. You touched on so many things. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna be quick, and so Reggie can get back into it. But it starts at birth. It starts internally as a child. What is installed in you, what values are given to you, told to you, showed how valuable you are, actually input, it gives the output of what you produce as you grow. It's like Reggie always says, you're planting the seeds, and the seeds are fertilizing, and you're becoming this person, this human, this individual. And unfortunately, a lot of these people, what I'm starting to notice, they didn't get those seeds planted. They didn't get those proper nutrients. They weren't loved probably the right way by their parents. Not that they weren't raised. You can be raised, but you can also be raised without love, or without people internalizing who you are internally to produce who you are to grow into externally, with internal values. They don't have any morals or values. A lot of these people are empty on the inside. You think about the non-empathy that's being showed, the no care for human life that's being displayed every day. they're growing up without having an empathetic bone in their body. And we're seeing it in leadership. It has just boomed in our face. Yeah, and I think it's our time to really be replicas of our ancestors in our time. They were their own
Excellent.
replicas of their ancestors. And I say our ancestors, meaning going back to our parents and, in the 50s and the 60s, the things they had to do to ensure that we were able to, in the 70s and 80s, grow into some great human beings and produce the next generation. We have to just keep it going because the value is just not there.
I agree 1,000%. I agree with that. Unfortunately, a lot of people are struggling with, okay, I'm an adult now and I have these issues. Yes, I did not have the proper nutrients. I didn't have the proper seeds, implanted and nurtured in me so that I can have empathy. So what do you say to those people now? How do you fix you? And I know that a lot of people are looking to actually fix themselves, not just, go through life and just taking it as it is and okay, let me continue the cycle. How do I break that generational curse? How do I break that curse? Go ahead, Reggie.
We have to understand that there exists another story about who we are. Because the story that we've been told, the societal story that we've been told about who we are, not only is it untrue, but it is, in fact, the cause of all of the pain that people are in that is producing pain fruit in society. Mass shootings, administrations, governments who don't care about their people who are having mental health challenges, who are, having imposter syndrome, who don't feel like they belong, people who feel like, they aren't seen, they aren't heard, they aren't, they're not valued. All right. People don't feel, them and understand, what it is that they're experiencing, because I've talked about this in a myriad of ways, but the four kind of entry points to a healthy identity is see me, feel me, or see me, hear me, feel me, and value me. And so when one of those, even if three of those things exist and one is lacking, that person is experiencing a loss of that thing. And again, what is inherent to loss is pain. And so what we have to do is we have to begin to provide people with another story about who they are. Because the story that society tells us about who we are and the story that nature tells us about who we are is a completely different story. The story that society tells us about who we are is that you need to qualify. The story that nature tells us about who we are is that you were born qualified. You are already
Love
qualified.
that. I love that, Reggie. That's a new one, and I love it. You know, man tells you you need to qualify. Nature tells you you were born qualified. Oh, I love that. Where's my pen? I'm gonna put it on a shirt, Reggie.
I love it. I
Put
love it.
it on the shirt before me. No, I'm just kidding.
And
I kid. Go
no,
ahead.
and no, I love that, DJ Kitty. And so just think about that. Think about that one flip. Think about that one realization. You mean I don't have to acquire all this stuff? I don't have to achieve all these degrees. I don't have to, um, meet this standard and that standard and have all the name brands and there's nothing wrong with any of that. We're not knocking any of those things, but those things don't define you. We've said in other broadcasts that it is people who provide value to things, not things that provide value to people. Because without you, without people, what purpose would things have for existing? Money can't be spent without people. Cars can't be bought. Name brands can't be. Why would they exist if there were no people to wear them? And
Absolutely.
so you sit in the position of value. You sit in the position of power, because everything that exists for you and to serve you, not the other way around. And this is the narrative that has not been shared with the masses. This is the story that has not been shared with the masses, because in order for a capitalistic society to work, it has to create a need within its population on the products that it desires to sell us. So in order to create that need, it has to create a deficit within you. It has to program you to believe that there's something that you're lacking, but you can buy it today for $9.99.
Get
And
it
you can
soon.
have it, and you can have it until it runs out, and then you have to buy it again.
Yeah.
That is how capitalism works. And that is also what is causing all of the emotional, psychological, and spiritual decay in our country. And it's showing up in all of these ugly ways. I mean, from just, a dysfunctional boss who yells or who gives you a bad, annual review, because that person is unhappy, all the way up to all of, these more critical things, like someone causing a mass, fire that claims the lives and properties of, only God knows. And, so there are varying degrees, but the point is that the common denominator is that all of these things that are happening are because people are operating out of pain, and they are not operating out of an awareness of their value. And that's what we have to fix.
I agree with that 1,000%. And again, I implore people, go and talk to someone. Go sit on somebody's couch. There is nothing wrong with that. It makes you a better person. Why? If you really want the best, you want to rock the best, you want to drive the best, you want to live the best, why not be at your best? Go sit on somebody's couch. I do. And I am not afraid to say it. I need to talk to people. I need to get through. I need to work it out. And look, my husband can only take so much of DJ Kitty. I gotta go talk to somebody else. I'm gonna run my husband off, and we've been together for forever. And sometimes he looks at me like, "Okay, babe, you need maybe you need to talk to your therapist about that." He's right, he is, because you need to get that professional acknowledgement so that they can talk you through it. Some of the things that we have to go through it's heavy, grief is heavy, the sense of loss, whether, like you said, a job, a person, a parent, whatever the case may be. Let's take a quick commercial break. Miss Morningstar, did you get my message? Let's take a quick commercial break.
Yeah, I got them.
And we will be right back. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingAndTrainingServices.com.
Opalmay Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skin care in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opalmay Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms, YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, a Community Connection. We left off with you speaking, Reggie. Go ahead and pick back up. This is such a great conversation. Go ahead. Or DC.
Of course. DJ, I'm sorry, I was about to say DJ Kitty. DC, did you have anything you'd like to
Yeah, I
interject?
mean, you actually went right where I was going. In your last segment about how we've been consumers. But what I like to do, I like to take us. We're on a nice freeway. We're on the 405. It's going nice and smooth. But what I like to do is take us off on the dirt road. And what I mean by that, let's talk about what we do to each other for a minute. Let's talk about the socio-economic pressures that we put on each other. Okay, um, we become so consumed with status and in the appearance of status that we've left our core values, on the shelf at home. And I'm sure the ladies can attest. I've seen this myself. You're out. You got your nice purse that you work so hard for to have, and you're walking through, and someone that looks like you looks you dead in your eye and looks at a material possession that you have, and it's like they're evaluating you. They're evaluating you. How did you acquire that? Oh, she thinks she's all that because she's got that. You know, I even see it with little boys. And this is like the first thing I've ever picked up on. If you ever see two black young black boys that don't know each other, the first thing they do when they see each other is they look at each other's feet
Yep.
to see what kind of sneakers they're wearing. And automatically they're giving a value to that young man based on what he's wearing. So now what we see is these parents spending exponential amounts of money to impress people that don't matter. We have our young, intelligent black students in class that are willing to dumb themselves down, just to be accepted among their peers because they'll get labeled. Why are you talking white? Why are you acting white? Just by being intelligent, just by being engaged. So we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, you know, and I think we're missing the ball. I can remember as a kid going to church with my grandparents and my parents, and every Sunday, this lady, Mrs. Price, she would stand up and she would just start singing to get the service going every Sunday. And Mrs. Price wore the same dress every Sunday. You know, didn't have no shame. She was there for the purpose of what she was there for, right? To receive the word. She didn't get consumed with all the appearance and, I got to have the fanciest hat, the fanciest dress, the fancy shoes. She came there to be served her weekly serving of the gospel, and she didn't care. She didn't care. And we've metastasized. Church has become a fashion show, literally. Everybody's sizing each other up. Who's got on what? Who's wearing what? Who's got the Louis? Who's got the Birkin? And I think we've done a lot of that to ourselves, and it falls right in the line what Reggie said: as we become consumers um, of a capitalistic machine, does not feeding us anything back. It's not giving us anything back.
That is absolutely the truth. We are the biggest spenders in this country. The black dollar is the most critical dollar. You lose that black dollar, your business may not survive. And that's true. That's true. So, and I agree with everything you're saying, right? DC, absolutely. I attribute that to my mom would say saying like, you can tell when people have never had anything, and it wasn't derogatory, but it was a way to help us to understand why people must boast and showboat and show off. You have to remember, we are coming from a place of our ancestors had absolutely nothing. And to acquire anything, it gives you a sense of pride. Now, absolutely, are we at a point where we need to devalue materialistic belongings and put more value on focusing on the child and the person that you are? Yes. But you have to take people where they're at. If you've never had anything and you've gone to school and you've got your degrees and you're making good money and you go out and you decide to buy whatever, that is great for you. That's great. I don't think that anybody should be penalized for that, nor should anybody be shunned for not having. When we really take a look at it, the entire reason why America is at this point right now is because of the haves and the have-nots. That is why we're here. That is why he's in office. That is why people didn't vote for Kamala, because they think that they're with the haves. Because, oh, I got my degree and I'm making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. You're not a millionaire. You're not a billionaire. I get it. I get making good money. I get it. Yes. However, when you really look at the true nature of this country, all it's about is money. And that's what we've been fed. And that's the seed that was implanted in all of us, because our parents and our grandparents and our greats and our ancestors had to fight for scraps. So when we make it, yes, I'm gonna put my degrees on the wall. Yes, I'm gonna buy whatever. Yes, I'm going to. But it shouldn't be oh, you didn't make it, so I'm better than you. Because look, nobody's better than anybody. Haves and have-nots. We're all in the same bucket of have-nots, because I know for a fact that if they strip away health care and my insurance goes up, I'm not paying $2,000-$3,000 a month for insurance. I can't. I have other responsibilities. So I have to go without insurance and just put my money aside and pay it out of pocket. What choice do we have? So I get where you're coming from, DC, and I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, the crux of what I'm saying is that none of that stuff should ever define who you are as a
Absolutely.
person. You know, like I said, strip away all the titles, strip away all the degrees, strip away all the accolades. At the bottom, at the end of the day, I'm a black man trying to make it in America, and I'm no better than
Then the next.
the alcoholic that's laying up on the
There you go.
curb, because who knows, I could be there, right? I
Yes.
could be there one day. So I don't
Minute.
devalue that person for their life choices, but at the end of the day, we all have that common thread
Right.
that I'm a black man in America trying to make it just like you. And I don't wear none of my success on my sleeve. Never do. Never walk around saying this is what I've done, this is what I can do. Just it doesn't mean anything to anybody but me, because
Mm-hmm.
if I can help you, I'm gonna do it genuinely from my heart. It's not so I can go back and brag and say, "Oh, I helped DJ Kitty." It's
Or
not
taking
that.
pictures and posting it on social media. Oh, I did this.
And
Nobody.
see, and that's where I want to jump in because it's the
Go ahead.
social media, y'all, too. Just think about
Always.
it. It's really, you got people, who have internal issues are living fraudulent lives
Absolutely.
through these little boxes that we share. As our friend Swervin calls it, the people in my little box on
Yeah.
my phone. You
Yeah.
know, people have the option of living alternative lives, being whoever they want to be on these apps. And it's created that facade where people could just be whomever they want to be. And really, they hurting inside.
Absolutely.
They really have not addressed those internal wounds or those internal things that they need to heal from and become what Reggie speaks about, to value yourself, to love yourself, to know this doesn't define me. Me wearing this sweater today doesn't define who I am. Or me, wearing this jewelry or whatever. It doesn't define me. I'm a wonderful human being. I'm a wonderful black woman,
Yeah.
period. Because
Period.
this is who I was born to be. It's
Absolutely.
it's who I was groomed to be. It's in my DNA. I don't need this to define me. A lot of people haven't gotten there,
Yeah.
unfortunately. We see it every day. Even
Mhm.
with our people on our side, they're not there yet. And I think, we really have to keep having these conversations,
Yeah.
I
these
agree.
dialogues, and bringing people in on it.
And
Because people need to start asking questions to people who've been there or maybe going through it.
Absolutely. And just 1 second, DC. Speaking of bringing people in on it, let's go ahead and tackle some of the comments that we're seeing on YouTube and on TikTok, because we do have an audience and they're chiming in because that's what we do. So, Miss Morningstar, did you want to go ahead and tackle YouTube?
Okay, yeah, I'll get to YouTube. Let me see. I'll start here. It's okay to this is from Queen. She said it's okay to not be okay. You just can't live there.
Absolutely.
You can't just do what everybody else. It's okay. Priscilla, I attended a field trip with seventh graders today, and we have work to do. I believe it. We do. The kids are. I see these kids every day.
Yeah.
We definitely got work to do with these children. You know. She says also when you acquire and almost lose it, all changes your perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We now have to learn and take that money and put in stock and invest. Yeah, we gotta teach, but we gotta teach it. We gotta
Teach that.
we gotta
right.
teach people. It's grown people, and I will say, and I'm not too ashamed to say, I need to learn some of those things. I don't know about the stock market like I probably should, but those are things that we can be at our grown age to learn. We have to be willing to learn, and it'll be good to start teaching kids that early because we gotta learn from our mistakes. This
Yeah, I
is
was gonna
all
say.
we gotta start building somewhere. So I agree. I
Go ahead,
agree.
Yeah, I
Reggie.
mean, I'd like to pose a quick question to the panel. Is that on the mission that you've chosen to put information out and to help people, do you sleep well at night knowing that you're affecting change? You're reaching somebody, no matter how minuscule it is, just like what Reggie's doing. Reggie, do you sleep good at night knowing that you're out there and you're affecting change?
Absolutely. Because this is another thing, DC, that the age of the internet and social media has distorted. People think that, okay, well, because you only have so many followers or because you only have so many views, that measures the level of your impact. However, what if one of those followers, those few followers that you have, ends up impacting an entire you creating an entire movement?
Absolutely.
All
You
it
see what
takes
I'm
is
saying?
one, Reggie. One.
So that's my point. So what I'm saying is that for each person that we pivot into a space where they become safe with themselves, you become a safe space for you. What that automatically means is, without them even trying, then every individual that they encounter and engage with, and every individual that encounters them and engages with them, and let's just say in a space of a month, we all, just in going and passing, I don't know what, 500 people? Now, because you've impacted one individual, you've made 500 people safe because you made that individual safe with themselves.
Oh,
But
wow.
those are numbers that don't show up
Yeah.
on views and clicks
Say that, Reggie.
and likes.
My goodness,
What?
that was so good.
Say
Yes.
that, Reggie. Because I
So
promise you, they value themselves on them clicks and them likes. They
exactly,
value
It's
themselves.
not about that.
and that's another thing I'd like to speak to, is that everything that people are seeking and everything that we're talking about is validation. So all these things that people, you talked about the clicks and the likes and the, and the Birkin bag, DC, and it's all about our internal need as human beings is to validate my existence, validate me. I need validation. See me, hear me, feel me, value me, or validate me.
Right.
See that I exist, feel my existence, hear me when I speak, see me, and so it's the validation that people are after. And so, but the problem is that they're seeking it through um, these kind of false means, and without understanding that there is a definition of them, that there is a story about them that they've never been told. And I say this so often that so many of us have lived our entire lives with someone that we've never met, and that is you.
Mm. I love
I
it when
agree. I agree,
That's,
Reggie. I
that's
mean,
powerful.
I think, that was the purpose of the question, is for you to segue into that people can use this stuff as a way to escape the pain of their real life. You know,
Yes, they do.
so you're living in a facade. You turn off the camera and your real life is chaotic,
Exactly.
Right.
chaotic. And that's why the purpose of the mission doesn't matter how many people are watching. It doesn't matter. It takes one. That's all it takes. A grain of sand can stop a machine from running. So
Wow.
just imagine if one person receives the message, the
Woo,
impact
just
that it
one.
could have.
And
So
you and DJ Kid, I'm sorry. Finish, Daryl. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
no. You got the floor.
Um, I apologize for jumping in at that point. But DJ Kitty, you and Miss Morningstar know that I'm very big on that number one.
That's right.
And again, you are the only one of your kind. You are the only one of your design.
Yeah.
And so once we begin to, once we can help people to see themselves through that lens, once you begin to understand that you are a category of one. So think about that. If there is only one of you, and you're the only design that exists in the world, and not only just in the world, but for all time. So where's your who can compete against you?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Where's your there's no, there's
Nobody.
because there's no one else like you.
That's it.
So you exist as a brand because there is no one in the world like you.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
I
You
love
have
how
no
you boost my
competition.
confidence.
You have no
I mean,
competition.
this is always a boost to our confidence. You
I'm
know,
gonna tell you, Reggie, you be having me feel like, baby, I'm the one. What?
You
I'm a
are, because
brand.
you are. And that's where all of our value comes from, is
Yeah,
because scarcity produces value.
yeah.
And the 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 smallest measure of any quantity is one. 1 ounce, 1 gallon, 1 step.
Just
And
one.
you and I, every one of you, any one of you, each one of you is the representation of one. So what I'm simply saying is that, again, just think about the human body. It is made up of a bunch of individuals that are existing in the same place together. Doesn't that sound like a society?
it is.
It is.
So if you're the
Yeah.
only one in that society, the only one in that society who can do what you do, nobody else in that society can do what you do, only you, then how valuable does that make you in that society?
Indispensable.
It makes you immeasurably valuable.
And that's the
And
mess.
so that's the measure. So we
That's the
all
measure.
exist within the body of humanity as the only one of us who can bring to me, who can bring to us, who can bring to the world what only you can bring. And that we will never experience what you do and what you bring anywhere else from anyone else. That is the amount of power and value that lives and breathes within you right now. And that is the story that nature tells us about who we are. And that is the story that the vast majority of people have never heard about themselves.
That is.
And that's the story that we need to get out.
They're hearing it now.
That's the
Yes,
story.
They're
That
hearing
is the
that's
story.
the story.
That is the story. You know, I was listening the other day and I came across a creator, and he was talking about the value of one. And I just listened and listened, and I said, maybe he's been listening to Reggie, because Reggie's the only person I've ever known to even talk about this. And I think I love the fact that you are doing this. And DC, you asked such a spot on question. You know, do you go to sleep at night, and are you happy with what you've contributed to society? And that's what's most important. You know,
Yes.
that's we are an empathetic group of human beings, and we push towards being around like-minded individuals. That's the only way that you can be calm, because if you're with a group of chaos, you can't function like that. So pushing this out into the universe, helping our communities know that you are valued and valuable, and you are important, and you are needed. Every one of us we all need to hear this. Everyone on this planet needs to hear this message.
Absolutely.
There's so many
Absolutely.
people who don't know. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
I'm loving this whole vibe, you guys. Thank you. This has just been a great show, because what you said, DC, just made me think about, and this is for everybody, all of us listening, who we all do social media, we all are involved. But when you cut off that live, when you get out of those groups that you're in, those social groups and those circles, when those lights cut down at the end of the
Yes.
night, how do you feel? Like,
And
people
who
really
are
need.
you?
And who are you?
Yes.
Are you that person?
Without that.
Exactly. Are you that
Yes.
person that everybody was throwing gifts at you? Are you that person every day that people are just telling you all these things? You're great. You speak fact. You're this. You know a lot. Are you valued like that to you? Do you feel about that really about yourself? When all
Exactly.
the lights are out, when it's just
Exactly.
you, I can honestly say I feel that because I know who I am. I
Yes.
know the value that I bring. I can honestly say I go to bed at night not worrying if I didn't do my best and present myself at my best. And I know that I have been an effect on people. I'm gonna just speak on an anecdotal experience today. I'm doing, it's the end of the fiscal year, so I am evaluating my staff. I have a wonderful staff, y'all. I do. And each one of them I uniquely pick out different characters of each of them. I maliciously do it through the year. I focus on them, I listen to them, I learn them. I had a young lady in my office today who broke down in tears after I read to her how much I valued her as an employee. She didn't recognize how important she is to my organization, how important she is to me, because she helps me be a better supervisor, a better team leader. She helps me be who I am. And she broke down in tears because she said she had never heard anyone tell her within her work environment how valuable she was.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's
I owe
beautiful.
that to you, Reggie, because you explain about the value that we bring. You've educated us these last months. It's therapeutic for us, for me.
It is for me too.
And it makes me understand who I am as a person and what my purpose is and how I am uniquely different from the rest.
Absolutely.
And I value it. So thank you, because you definitely poured into us. Yes.
Absolutely.
That's a true story, y'all, today. It happened at work.
I love it.
And I love
it. And look at how powerful that is. 3 words. You are valuable. More than I love you, more than I love you, which are beautiful words to say. But you can get away with saying you are valuable to anyone, to a stranger.
Yeah.
If you say I love you to anyone, people are going to be like, okay, you're weird and you're creepy, right?
Yeah,
but you can say,
people need to hear it.
Exactly. People need to hear, because those 3 words validate their entire existence. And that is what we need to navigate our way to love, to navigate our way to respect, to navigate our way to collaboration, to cooperation, to health, because those are fruits of value. All of those things are value fruit. But we have to start with valuing ourselves.
That's right. That's why I said when the lights go out, what do y'all do?
Exactly.
After all of this, after we're out of these boxes and you're alone, a lot of people are alone. They don't have a family. Some people don't have family.
Exactly.
It's just them. How do you feel? That's something to evaluate. And then when you know you're not feeling good, then that's when you should come into situations where you can find communities and therapy groups to help build that.
Yes, absolutely. I want to thank you guys so much. Reggie, DC, you guys of course and always bring the smoke. Yeah, we're it's fine. It's this conversation was just really good, and I didn't want to end it, and I'll let Raven know that we went over just a little bit, but this is a conversation that we need the folks out in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and in Memphis, Tennessee, to understand that you are valued, you are loved, you are appreciated, and we need you. Any last words, DC?
Yeah, just 2 things. Impart those values in your kids. How can you possibly affect someone else? And 2, don't wear your achievements on your sleeve. Approach life with a clean, open heart, and always be willing to help somebody. It makes you sleep so well at night when you know you've made a change in somebody's existence.
Absolutely, DC. Thank you. Reggie, any last words?
I'd just like to say to our WKRA listening audience is that we here at Our Plugs, we see you, we hear you, we feel you, and we value you. You are valuable.
Amen.
Yes.
Morningstar, you want to take it home?
You guys have a wonderful day. Be safe out here. Keep your head on a swivel. Enjoy your day. Say something nice to yourself, okay? We'll see you back tomorrow for Friday.
Yes, Friday.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
WKRA, Memphis, and Mississippi. Thank you, guys. Have a
Hey,
great
y'all.
day.
It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.